We're now going to look at one of my favorite features. It's this insert function. And remember, we can go to insert function a variety of ways. One is the fx, just on the formula bar here. Another one is at the bottom of the auto sum, both in the home tab and the other one in the formulas tab. And we also have the insert function here. Recently used, financial, logical, etc. All of these are the categories within insert function. So I'm just going to show you this and see if this could be useful to you. Remember, if you don't think it's going to be useful, that's fine. I know it's been extremely useful to me because it makes creating calculations a lot faster. Okay, and the sooner that you can start to learn how to utilize this, the more complicated calculations you can use quite quickly. I'm just going to show you how. So if you don't know what the function is, I want to find out how many products I have. So I do how many. And I've got tons came up here. You can see quite a few. One is COUNTIF, counts the number of cells specified by a given set of conditions or criteria. Above that, we've got the syntax, so the function name and the arguments. Okay, and in this case, the first argument is the criteria range. The second argument is the actual criteria. And as we single click or use our arrow keys to go through this, the data at the bottom changes. So I can read through the definition. So in this case, count is the number of cells, or it counts the number of cells in a range that contain numbers. Well, my products here are not numbers, so that's not going to help. And I can just keep going through until I think I find the right one. Or if I already know the right one, I don't have to do a search. Let's say I didn't know the right one. I've scrolled through, I found this one, and it looks like it could possibly be it. Syntax is count A, value 1, comma, value 2, dot, dot, dot. That means it's a simple function. I can have up to 255 of the same type of data, so references, numbers, values, etc. And then I click on OK. It comes up with my arguments. So the first one, I'm going to select that. And I could go through and add a second, a third, up to the 255. There it comes up with the definition for the line. And then after I've selected, it tells me what my answer would be. And the formula result down at the bottom with, I've got a pound symbol there because I formatted the cell because this is supposed to be a total, so a sum. So I click on OK. I'm just going to change that to a comma instead. There we go. And it tells me I've got 9. Okay, I'm just going to delete that. So let's look at this fx again. We click on it and we can do a search. Or I can change the category. So if I know I want to do something with statistics, I can go into the statistical category. And then it shows me all of the statistical functions available at this time. So I've got an average here, which returns the average, the arithmetic mean of its arguments, which can be numbers, names, arrays, or references that contain numbers. Again, simple function. I've got my function name. I've got number 1, number 2, dot, dot, dot. Click on OK. It's automatically put the function name in and started it. I can now select. It's shown me my array or my group. It's given me what the answer is going to be. Click on OK. Get rid of that one. Let's try again. fx. I can even do all. And this gives me every single function available. And I can even get the arcsine of a number, the tangent, the sine, etc., average, max, min, all sorts. So everything is here. And if it's something that's a little bit more complicated, like this one, I don't know what this one is, but I'm going to just OK it. it will still show you the arguments. And for this kind where the arguments are different, it's not 1 to 255 numbers, ranges, etc. When you click on each line, it tells you what the definition of the data for that line is supposed to be, as well as the definition of the whole function itself. Okay, and as you type data, select cells, do what you need in here, it will come up with answers or information at the end. Also, each of these argument names will either be in bold, like these two, or normal font. If it's in normal font, that means it's optional, and when I click on it, it may say it's optional down at the bottom. It depends which one, but sometimes it does say it's optional, sometimes it doesn't. This one it doesn't, but these two that are bold, they are compulsory, and this one is optional. Okay, I'm just going to cancel that. There we go. Also, if I have created a function, and let's just make sure it's selected. There we go. And let's say I want to amend that because it's wrong. If I select the cell and click on FX again, it brings up my function arguments again, so I can amend it quite quickly. And then I can just move it out the way, or I can squish it and unsquish it using collapse and expand. And before I even clicked on OK, it tells me what the expected answer is going to be. So that's the insert function. And if you want to try that out, either by creating a spreadsheet with some numbers in, or using one of the practice files within Downloads.